This is Kim at the TLC clinic in the morning. Gonna let it go through regular play and then come back and do a slow play review and see where I can help Kim.
Okay, thank you, Ken. That was at 18.045. We're going to set the barrel.
And you ran a 17.0 plus 5 in the afternoon, so you did cut off a second. We just got to get you off those barrels now. So here when you come in, you obviously lacked rate. If you'll notice when you came in, you sent her in with a nice amount of speed. She's a really quick mare. I really like her. You sit for rate right there, which is about probably 3 strides away from the barrel. Your first stride of rate would be here. Your second stride would be there. So you're asking for the rate in your body and your hands up here, 3 strides out, which should be enough if you possibly did a two-hand check and said whoa to her. But because you did only sat down and you were way back in the saddle, but look how long your rein is. Your rein's way back here by your hips. So when you ask her for rate, you just pull. And that's the other problem. Whenever you pull on a horse, they just pull back, and look who wins. A horse is always going to win the battle of pulling, so you got to learn to bump. The only way a horse pays attention to you is you bump, release, bump, release. Whether it's a two-hand check or one-hand check, it has to be with bump and release. Whenever you pull on a horse, they pull back and they go past. They'll leave the turn every time. So anyways, so by the time you get her rated, you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strides around that barrel. That costs you a ton of time. So that is really important that you need to do a two-hand check, say whoa, and bump and release when you want her to slow down. Bump and just talk to her, whoa, whoa, here, here, but don't pull. And shortening the reins is going to help a lot too. Okay, so then going into this barrel, I just love this mare. When I rode her, I just really, really, really enjoyed her. You can see she's anticipating this turn, and she's starting it just a little bit early. So if that was the horse thinking turn, or it could be your hands up too high and she thinks that you want her to turn. So there's a couple things could be going on. If you'll notice your body position, it looks like from the way that your hat is positioned, you're already looking in. So we have to remember to ride with our hard eye, our focused eye, straighter, longer. We need to learn to look and ride 5 feet to the side of the barrel and possibly 5 feet past the barrel as well back here. So when we're going across the pin, we want to look and ride evenly with our eyes, not turning our head in yet, not lifting our hand up yet. Because as soon as we turn in our head and lift up our hand, that's a turn cue to our horse. So she's digging her pivot foot in and she's starting to get ready to turn. So 1, 2. So where she should have been just rating, she's turning. So she's turning too early. Your hand's entirely too high. And she's turning when her shoulder gets to the barrel and just didn't get your straighter, longer spot at all. So y'all hit that barrel. And then you come out of that turn, you're trying to make it up now, going to third. You get up and hustle really nice on your horn. But again, I want you to notice how high your hand always is. It's just up there, chest high at all times. And really, I'd like to see it closer to her mane and closer to your saddle horn. So once again, you sit, but your hands got pressure on that inside rein. So due to the pressure on the inside rein, you're telling her to turn. You're looking in, she's looking in, your hand's up, your shoulder's not even at the barrel yet. We've got to learn to ride straight up in the hole. This is the hole. People need to understand this is the entrance, this is the backside, this is the exit. This is your job. Your job is to get your horse to here. You can rate, but you have to rate straight. You cannot start your turn until you're in the hole. The hole is when your leg clears the barrel or her hip is the barrel, depending on the horse's turning style. You clear that barrel, but notice what happens. Because because you start your turn too soon, she's forced then to have you pull on her to help her finish, and what does she do again? She steps out of her turn. So anyways, the most important thing for you is to shorten those reins, lower those hands, and learn to bump and release, and just communicate with her with more bumping and releasing. Whoa, here, that type of thing.
Thank you, Ken.
The
That
other
was an
second thing will be after you get your rate down is to work on your straighter longer,
8.45.
especially on your
So
left
we're going
turns
to
to second and third. Rate and turn are two different things. To rate your horse, you just sit down, possibly two-hand check her, or just sit and float your hand around the width of the, or the height of the horn. But then when your leg gets to the barrel, that's when you want to turn your body, look in at the backside, and then possibly look around for the exit. At that time, you want to lift your inside hand a little bit and use some outside leg. So you're just asking for rate and turn in the same spot on your left turns, and then you're pulling on her on your for rate on that first barrel in this run. So anyways, thank you for coming, Kim. I so enjoyed you, and I really enjoyed riding your mare, and I think you two have a ton of potential to be a great team. And if there's anything I can do for you, send me emails, send me videos. I'd be more than happy to help you.